Hey guys, Ronnie Wiest, Francis Taylor, Delaware Combat Sports here in Smyrna. Lately I've been spending a lot of time thinking about wrestling and how wrestling is affected by jiu-jitsu techniques and vice versa. And a lot of times wrestlers are kind of taught, hey, put your wrestling aside and learn these jiu-jitsu techniques. Wrestling is only good for scoring points in wrestling. I've been spending a lot of time lately thinking about that because I've wrestled my whole life and I'm a wrestling coach. And I hate to see a super athlete, a super wrestler, not using what he's good at because he's told that that's not effective in jiu-jitsu. I've been spending a lot of time on this one particular technique I want to show you guys. So most wrestlers will appreciate this. Some jiu-jitsu guys will maybe not so much. When taking the back, it's vitally important that in jiu-jitsu, for me, to score in a tournament, both feet have to be in, both hooks, as you call them, have to be in. If I'm here, like this, there's no points, and I have very little control. I still can get chokes, but I have to fight for it. Getting this foot in, the second hook, is vitally important, and that's where 99% of the fight comes from while taking someone's back. The attacker is typically not worried so much up here until he can get this hook in, then he can relax because he has more control, okay? Well, in wrestling, in scholastic wrestling, folk style wrestling, having both hooks in is good because you can flatten your opponent down and power half and face rake and things like that. But it's not that important. So a lot of times in wrestling, traditional wrestling, one hook was always fine, which is here. So just that, just one hook in is fine. Flip back here, we run our power halves, hip whips and things like that. Sit back. So from here, a lot of times the wrestlers get here and they're perfectly fine. The jiu-jitsu guy is always yelling to get this foot in, get this foot in. I'm going to show you a couple of techniques that I really want wrestlers to know work well, and I do them all the time. So we're going to start with the bottom one. So he scoots up a little bit, I get my hook in deeper here. A lot of times I like to wrap, kind of figure four my own leg. For the attacks from hip down, I like to push him forward. Here. The first one I like is, you can probably see it, just a nice calf cutter, straight foot lock. Very, very powerful. Okay? Next one from here, I lays down. My wrestlers appreciate coming in here for this right eagle, which is a groin stretch. They'll tap from that. A lot of times I come in here for spread eagle, they reach back for my arm or even my head. Yeah, now my wrestlers, we all smile when this happens because we sit right back for, now this used to be guillotine in wrestling. It has different names now, but this is an easy submission, it's a spine lock. Okay? So those are the ones from single hook on the bottom. But lately I've been playing a lot with this. Regular back take in jiu-jitsu. I'm getting my foot in. His whole attention is worried about my foot not coming in. And the only way he can do that is by posting on his arm. So I'm sitting here, I'm working, trying to get my hook in, to threaten the chokes, but I still have not scored yet. If I spend the whole match here, he really still defeated me in this position because I haven't scored. What I've been playing with is, this way, he can't defend this foot without posting on his elbow or even his hand. Yeah. Most times it's going to be on the elbow. And if I don't address this, if I don't start pushing off on the arm, and I let him come in, he can actually reverse to a top calf position. Okay? So I want to hold off on his arm. What I've been noticing lately is, as he's worried about this foot, I can always scoop under here. Scoop under, right for an armbar position. Okay? So as he's worried about this foot, it's scoring 4 points, he just gave up this arm for an armbar variation. Now, the variations are depending on what he does with his head, in my opinion. If he stays kind of low to the mat, I'm going to do a different variation. If he starts posting up here, yeah, you guys all see that variation. If he's a little bit further to the mat, I can just collect the arm, a nice belly down armbar. So those are 2 variations there. If I want, I'm still here, and this is personal preference. I push the arm out, I can post over hook for that variation. So anyway, good. I just want to show some wrestlers that single hook is as equally as effective as, having both hooks in. I see too often, people sit there and they spend the whole match trying to get that other hook in. Meanwhile, the guy's just defending, keeping the leg off, defending, doing a good job of defending, but he's giving an arm up. So I want to show a couple attacks where single hook wrestlers can appreciate that. All right, again, Ronnie Wiest, Francis Taylor, Delaware Combat Sports here in Smyrna, Delaware. Peace.